Hey guys, it's Gordon J. Wallace, sales rep with Remax Real Estate Center in Cambridge, Ontario. Just coming to you on Friday, April 24th now, for our weekly Friday update. We'll get to the market stats in just a second. I do want to share with you that our shipment of personal protective equipment has come in. So we do have packages now that we're making available for clients. These are mainly used for when I take buyers out to properties so that you know that we are all covered. These packages come with 3 face masks, 3 pairs of gloves, 3 pairs of booties to go over top of your shoes, as well as some wipes just in case we do have to touch anything with our bare hands. And then it's also something that I am providing to my sellers. I'm actually going to be recommending that when I list your home, I meet all the buyer's agents at the property. If they don't have their own equipment to protect themselves and their clients and to keep their germs from entering your home, that I will then provide them with these packages to make sure that I'm keeping my sellers' homes as clean and germ-free as possible throughout the process. That is one of the things that I am striving to do, is just help keep everybody as safe as humanly possible throughout the process. So we'll get to the stats now. I am a little bit late coming to you today, about an hour later than I usually like to. So for Brant County and Brantford, you'll see that I've highlighted the 3 main areas I like to focus on. So total active listings as of about 7:30 actually today was 307. That's an increase week over week. You'll see that we had about the same sales activity occurring, where we had 6 conditional and 25 firm sales occur in the last week. So you can think that we had 293, 31 of them sold, 2 of them expired, 2 of them got suspended, 12 of them got canceled. That all comes away from that number. So the net new listings taken would be the delta, the difference there. So 14 plus 47. So 61 new properties hit the markets in Brant County and Brantford in this past week. Out of those suspensions and cancellations, again, only 1 occurred on a property that was listed for between 1 and 5 days in the MLS system. We have removed the 0-day requirement so that we're not including those data entry errors where agents are entering the listing, realizing they made a mistake on some significant detail. So they're canceling that instance of the listing in the MLS, so they're just re-inputting it from scratch. Okay. Wellington County, much the same, chugging along nicely. We did see a uptick in the firm sales reported in the past week, so that is fantastic to see for that county. You'll see 5 expire listings, 0 suspensions, and 11 cancellations in the last 7 days. 0 of those cancellations occurred on properties that were listed between 1 and 5 days. And Waterloo Region, where we continue to see the lion's share of activity for pretty much all of southwestern Ontario. On any given day, it's between 15 and 22% of the overall activity, not including the GTA as a major source of activity, but most of southwestern Ontario. So today in Waterloo Region, we had 721 active listings. You might say that's down a little bit, but we did have 20 more reported firm sales in that time period. So really, we're still adding a lot of listings. Okay, double-digit new listings every single business day that I look at these stats, which is basically every day. 10 conditional sales in that time period. 8 listings expired. 7 suspended their contracts. 36 canceled outright, but only 6 of those 43 were properties that were listed between 1 and 5 days. So again, seller confidence very high. When I looked more into the details on this number, I think the longest one I saw was on the market 90, I want to say 94, maybe 96 days. So most of the cancellations are happening on properties that are between mid-20 to 40 days on market sort of thing, which a couple years ago was not that uncommon. Was the norm. It was 6 weeks, about 6 years ago. But because everything kind of exploded back in 2017, seller expectations are that properties are selling. And not just expectations, but the reality is that properties are selling within a couple of weeks, as long as they are marketed effectively and priced appropriately, and there's interest of buyers for that particular niche, if it is a niche property. So lots of different factors that go into it, but yeah, anything that's on the market more than sort of 30, 40 days, you'll see those fall into this cancellation bucket there. Anyway, last point I want to make. I talked about this a little bit on Tuesday. Wasn't quite as articulate as I wanted to be because it was very fresh in my mind and I was making the video and hadn't really prepared my comments. So I want you to consider that real estate as an investment kind of chugs along like this. Okay, it goes up, anywhere from 5 to 10%, sort of thing a year in appreciation. Okay, and you can kind of think of the activity as following that trend for the most part. Okay, so we have activity. The bottom is kind of your November, December, January when the weather's really bad, and then as the weather gets nicer, it kind of picks up. And then the spring market comes, and then the activity kind of levels off in the summertime, and then it picks up a little bit more in the fall, and then again cools off in the winter months. Okay, so the market is not down. Prices have continued their steady climb. New inventory gets added daily. Okay. This is one of the biggest reasons why I'm making these twice a week update videos for you, is to drill home this point. The real estate market is healthy and strong. We have not entered into that typical, and I think the sound effect I made on my video call the other day was the typical bloop, okay, that occurs in the spring. Those buyers that create that influx of activity and those sellers that list their homes that help fuel that uptick in activity, they haven't gone anywhere. Okay? The market is not down. The market has been deferred a little bit. Okay? So when you're looking at comparisons and you're watching other updates or reading other updates and people are saying, oh, April 4th from this, 2020 to April 10th, 2020, that's down 80% over, or whatever the number, from 2019, okay? Yes, okay? But real estate doesn't care what calendar day, week, or month it is, okay? Real estate typically cares about the external factors, like, is it nice outside? Does my house look good, okay? People don't like listing their houses, and people don't like buying houses when there's 12 inches of slush on the sidewalk, okay? So that's why when the spring finally comes, you see the influx because, oh my gosh, it's nice outside, things finally look great again, let's all go look at houses, okay? COVID-19 hit at a really unfortunate time for that cycle. It's never a good time for it, but in terms of the real estate cycle, it hit at a very inopportune time. So the properties and the activity that you would have seen, yes, during that calendar week, because that calendar week usually coincides with when the weather gets nice, will still happen. It's just going to happen later. And when that later is, again, it's all dependent on the external factors. When, the healthcare professionals, and thank you very much, by the way, can, help get this under control. It's when the governments can get a good handle on the economy and trying to responsibly open things back up. All kinds of factors that are going to play into that. The people that need to buy a house have not suddenly decided they no longer require shelter. They will buy at some point. Okay? So that's my 2 cents for whatever that's worth to you. I provided these updates. You can check back to this either YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching this video. Tuesdays and Fridays, I try to get them published by about 7 p.m. at night. I wait until the business day is over just to try to account for as much of the activity as I can, especially on the Friday. But if you want to keep an eye on things and how they're progressing, again, it's Gordon J. Wallace. Questions about your specific situation or questions about the market, feel free to give me a call, 226-218-0433. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy, and if you need help transacting real estate in these times, definitely feel free to give me a call to chat about how we can do so as safely as possible. Thanks so much.